it is Friday. Let me pause this music. It's after school, a little after 2:30. And I was going to vlog earlier today during my prep, but I ended up not being able to do that because I had students in my room that needed to finish their iReady testing. So that, you know, took away the little bit of privacy that I would normally have. And then, you know, I didn't have any opportunity after that. So here I am. I'm gonna start off with some great news for a Friday. Today was the last day of Snowflake Your Teacher, which is a fundraiser we've never done before. Again, this was an idea that I got from another teacher in Southern California, and she was nice enough to kind of explain how the whole process worked when I went to the Q conference, and then even took the time to speak to me, I think over the summer, when I had like follow-up questions on how she ran it. And when she was telling me about it, she suggested that you only do it for a week, and I can't remember why that's the case. I think maybe she felt like second week sales were low, but I wanted to do it for 2 weeks because in my experience at the school, it takes a minute for the word to get out on things like that. So I said, let me just do it for 2 weeks this year and we'll see how it goes. I'm glad I did. I feel like first week sales were slow because again, this is not, we've never done anything like this at this school, so the kids aren't even familiar with what Snowflake Your Teacher was. And then by the second week, teachers were getting into it. They were becoming competitive. They were incentivizing their kids, like challenging them. One teacher said she would crawl on the floor like a reindeer if she won, and that got kids going. And so sales really start to pick up. And so it looks like, I haven't done the actual total, but it looks like at minimum, we're gonna make about $900 from this fundraiser. And again, that's all profit. It cost very little because we just use school supplies, construction paper, and the die cut machine. And I'm definitely gonna do it for Valentine's Day. And now I'm thinking like doing one a trimester. Like in the fall, I need to come up with some cute little saying, but like maybe it's leaves, like fall in love with your teacher. I don't know that I want to call it that because that may cause kids not to buy them. This one would be second trimester, and then Valentine's would be third trimester. So I would definitely suggest doing it. If you teach a leadership class, I would definitely give yourself plenty of time to pre-cut. Today alone, we made $468, which is a whole lot of snowflakes to cut. And what we're gonna have to do is over the weekend, I think I'm gonna go somewhere and just find like large stars. And on the large star, just put the final count for each teacher and just have those hung up on Monday, because there is no way that we can cut as many snowflakes that is required. And again, like I've been saying, that's a great problem to have. So that's the day. I went to Starbucks also. I meant to say, I got my Friday Starbucks. It was free. So again, if you want to know what I got, I don't have the cup with me, but it's either going to be a vanilla sweet cream cold brew and I add sugar cookie foam on top. But if it's a free drink, I think with the cold brew, you need more stars for it to be free. But if you just get an iced coffee, you only need 100 stars on the app to get that free. So I order an iced coffee. I put vanilla sweet cream cold foam in it, or vanilla sweet cream in it. I take out the vanilla syrup and I add sugar-free syrup, and then I add the sugar cookie cold foam on it, and it tastes very similar to a cold brew. And I get it for free when I have 100 stars. So I got that. It was about an 8 out of 10. And then teaching wise, we read a section on Thomas Jefferson. Anytime we get to the point where we're talking about the Declaration of Independence and Thomas Jefferson, I always make sure to show the video that I found a couple years ago from CBS This Morning. And it's titled The Duality of Thomas Jefferson. So it's about 10 minutes. It talks about the fact that Thomas Jefferson, you know, promoted the idea of all men being created equal whilst owning 600 slaves, or 600 enslaved people, I should say. And some of those enslaved people were his own kids, and that he didn't believe in emancipation in terms of freeing the slaves and letting them live, you know, freely within the colonies amongst their white counterparts, but believed in repatriation, basically sending them back to Africa or colonizing them. And then really talking to the kids about, typically a history book is only going to give you information about Thomas Jefferson in relationship to the positives of the Declaration of Independence, but not necessarily show you this other side. And said, for a lot of the historical figures that we know by name, there are great things that they did, but then there's also aspects that they're character comes into question. So I try and make sure I share that. And then I also took that opportunity because every year I don't know, I think it's just because kids are so far removed from certain things in history, but we have kids that are consistently making stereotypical jokes that are culturally insensitive, trying to do projects that are based on culturally insensitive things. This time around, it was culturally insensitive to Black Americans, and I really had to talk with them about, like, I understand within your own ethnic group, making light of some things that are, you know, usually associated with your ethnic identity. And there are things that you can do that are funny because it's like a positive aspect. Like, I can't think of an example, but aspects of being Black that are funny, that are conducive to being Black, but also are kind of positive, like in what they represent. Like, I'm trying to think of one right now. Like, there was an Amanda Seales comedy skit where she was basically saying, like, if a Black woman gives another Black woman a compliment, she's gonna describe it like, okay, polka dots, I see you wearing your polka dots. Like, that's not negative to me. It's just kind of funny and it's fun. Whereas these were based on very clearly negative stereotypes, like Black people eating watermelon, Black people eating fried chicken. I can't think of the third one, Black people drinking Kool-Aid. And so just letting them know those aren't really meant to put Black people in a positive light. And in fact, some of those were used to put us in a very negative light and to perpetuate the idea that we don't have intelligence and that we're good for nothing else besides just sitting around being ignorant and dancing around and eating watermelon on the porch. And said, I'm only speaking in terms of Black American culture, but this is really applicable to any group. You would never make jokes that are negative or promoting negative stereotypes about the Asian community, women, transgendered people, anyone in the LGBTQ community, Hispanic people, Asian people. So I said, across the board, I'm only giving you examples based on Black culture because that is what happened, and that is where I can speak with some level of experience. So I had that conversation because I think it's important, and I think we're just living in a time where kids are saying things because people are saying all kinds of things on social media. Language in gaming communities is extremely inappropriate, and they don't realize how inappropriate it is, and they don't have historical context of it. So I took the opportunity to share that. So yeah, but that is the day in a nutshell. What I'm doing right now is just once again cleaning up the snowflake area, but I think we're done cutting. We're just gonna do what I just described. We're supposed to have, Taylor and I, a student come from last year to visit. And then after that, I'm gonna go home, and it's ugly sweater day. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's why what you're seeing is, it's a lot going on. And then I'm gonna go home and eat a cheeseburger for dinner, because that's what I do on Fridays. It makes me happy. So I'm gonna pause here, get myself cleaned up and ready to go. And I don't know. I might close the vlog when I get home. All right, it's just before 6. I'm home. I've been home for a while. I probably got home close to like maybe 5 or so. I did take Wolfie on a walk, although it was dark. There he is making a ruckus because I just felt bad. It was a adventurous walk because as we were going out to walk, one of my neighbors was out walking his dog. He also has a golden doodle. And when Whoopi sees this dog, he just loses all his senses. It's like, he's so happy to see him. He can't concentrate on walking in a straight line. So the first half of the walk, it was a challenge because Whoopi was excited, but we got it done. I don't like to walk in the dark. I don't even know if that was the right choice, but I did it. And now I'm home. My student, or I should say me and Taylor's student from last year, did come to visit. We got some time to catch up with her and hear about all the happenings in high school and how she's doing. So that was nice. Shout out to Leah if you're watching this. And like I said, it's always nice. What is going on here? Hold on. Okay. It's always nice to see students from previous years. And then I came home. and walk Wolfie. And Wolfie is also currently playing with this new toy. You want to show him your new toy that your grandma, that your grandma got for you? Wow, Wolfie. Wow. 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 That poor little guy. Is that your friend? What? That toy doesn't have a name yet. I think my mom got it from PetSmart. My mom got it from PetSmart, and she wanted to name it Scrappy, but it just doesn't feel like a Scrappy to me. I thought it was a teddy bear when I first saw it yesterday, and I was calling it Teddygram, but I don't think it's a teddy bear. I think it's actually just like a little puppy. So I don't know what its name is, but Wolfie is really tussling with it, and he wants me to throw it. But I'm gonna end the vlog here. So if you enjoyed today's vlog, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please feel free to do so, but keep it positive. And as always, I hope that you guys are well. And if you're not well, please be well. And I might see you tomorrow, or I might not. I really don't know. Honestly, I think the weekend, it just depends on how I feel, what I have going on. So I'll just say today that I'll see you in the next vlog. Until then, goodbye.